26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed.
When it comes to basketball, it's all about the shoes. With basketball sneakers becoming massive in the industry and top players in the NBA coming out with their own shoe lines or even their own entire brands such as Air Jordan, shoes really have an impact on the court. And today, we will be talking about the shoes the NBA has banned on the court. Let's get started.
Our dad is the one that invented the Reebok pump and the LA Gear lighted shoes, and my brother Adam and I were the first people that actually tested the LA Gear lighted shoes for kids.
APL sneakers. While many shoes get prohibited because of brand deals or even reflective properties that can be a nuisance on the court, the APL sneakers were banned because of their ability to increase how far you can jump. That's right. They have a compression spring underneath the ball of the foot that can increase the vertical leap of players by 3.5 inches. The NBA decided this to be too much of a competitive advantage for professional players, and thus, the shoe was banned for professional play. The brand did eventually come up with another design suitable for play, but it could only join the banned list. So in honor of the ban, APL decided to re-release the shoes to the public with a compression spring, also referred to as load and launch technology, has been repurposed for local court play where the rules have a little more flexibility in them. However, when the owners of the company were asked about it, they said, "There's a large number of NBA guys and WNBA players that still do wear our shoes. We just can't talk about it since a lot of them have contracts. But we can't stop anyone from buying our shoes." The NBA banning the APL sneakers created some pretty good press for the company, and now 10 years after the NBA banned their Concept 1 sneakers, APL has come out with a Concept X pair that synthesizes everything the brand has worked on over the last 10 years into one superlative sneaker. According to Ryan, who leads the brand, they were very inspired by the auto industry and thus wanted to create their version of a hypercar, a hyper shoe, which means the Concept X has a carbon fiber plate running the length of the sole in order to transfer energy from the heel to the forefoot. It sits atop a system of 10 larger coils for an even greater bounce, the same thing NBA had banned their sneakers for before. It also features the new foam midsole and the brand's first single-piece knit booty upper. So if the NBA considers Concept 1 to be performance-enhancing, then we can only imagine what they would have to say about the Concept X.
At like spur of the moment. This wasn't a planned thing like it is now. He just went back and did his thing.
Air Jordans. Even though Jordans are very popular in today's culture, back when the initial release was made during Michael Jordan's rookie year, they managed to cause a ton of controversy that ended up changing the shoe game forever. You might be expecting the NBA to ban it based on its reflective properties or performance-enhancing technology, but that wasn't the case. Instead, the Jordans were banned solely because of their color. Over 30 years ago, the NBA decided to ban shoes from Michael Jordan's brand in order to emphasize on the rules about color coordinating your shoes with your league jersey. During that time, the NBA released a statement which said, "A player must wear shoes that not only match their uniforms, but match the shoes worn by their teammates." As the story goes, Michael Jordan was fined $5,000 per game when he was seen wearing red and black Air Jordans. The NBA didn't have a problem with the shoe itself, but the color of them, and they weren't willing to allow Michael Jordan to wear them unless they had a decent amount of white in them. However, Michael didn't care about the ban and continued to wear them while Nike covered the fine for him. One pair that Michael himself wore during the year actually sold for $39.6 thousand back in October 2016. But not only did Michael continue to wear these shoes, he also filmed a commercial with Nike for them and put the product up for sale regardless of the NBA's ban. The shoes eventually became the most popular Jordan shoes ever, but during MJ's rookie season, when he was waiting to make it big, MJ was seen rocking a pair of Nike Airships that were eerily similar to his Jordans. Many people believe that while the NBA had gone on to ban the Jordans, it was actually the Airships that were not allowed on the court and were mistook for the Jordans because of their same black and red color. There was also a letter addressing the fact that MJ wore his black and red sneakers, which actually violated the uniform code. However, the letters dated back to October 18th, months before he had even worn them on the court, and the sneakers had only been made for a commercial up to that point. But regardless, MJ still managed to sell the Nike Airships he wore during that game for $72,000 in April 2015. But all of this controversy around the Jordans led MJ to become the businessman he is off the court today, and Air Jordans immediately got immense success upon their first release. Nike anticipated having sold between 3 to 4 million pairs in the first year the shoes were released, while they only expected to sell 1,000 pairs, not knowing that they would be purchased daily. According to a 1985 Chicago Tribune article, the sneakers sold out and early orders of sales brought in over $55 million for Nike. Jordan Melo M10. Basketball legend Carmelo Anthony's signature Jordan sneakers stirred up some trouble in the 2013-2014 season because of its unique design that featured a chrome heel which harshly reflected the stadium lights into the faces of other players, which ended up being quite a distraction. Although it looked cool, there were many other issues with the sneakers. Visibility problems were created both in person and on TV due to the lights from the inside the arena reflecting on the chrome. And not just that, but the chrome itself represented a hazard if it was to break off from the sneaker. Jordan realized this was a problem, so he decided to create a version of the sneaker with a matte heel for Melo for the second half of the season. However, Carmelo Anthony was not happy. He had a few things to say about it when he learned that the NBA would no longer allow the chrome version. Melo said, "Tinker and I were focused on every detail from the foot molding down to the little specks. We closely looked at the evolution over the years. What's your inspiration from then to now, and tied into 10 years to make this the most powerful shoe I've had to date. If you see the shoe from afar, the chrome statement piece is the first thing you are going to see. Combining that element with the M on the toe cap and the very first signature logo we created 10 years ago, we've made a true anniversary shoe. Considering how the only thing Melo was excited for was the chrome heel, we can understand how it could have been a bummer when the NBA banned the sneakers, especially for it."
And we're going to make Yeezys in America. And so this is revolution.
Yeezys. Much like the rumors that are floating around about Kanye's new Yeezys that he has been designing for basketball players to wear on the court, many people believe that the new version of his popular Yeezys will be banned by the NBA because of the shining reflective material heel. The NBA could end up finding shoes in violation of the NBA's footwear color restrictions, particularly because of the fact that it could be distracting in the area for spectators, other players, and the TV crew, not to mention everyone who is sitting at home watching the game. According to Sports Illustrated reporters who think the reflective heel will be banned by the NBA without a doubt. However, they didn't say anything negative when they were asked if the shoe would be accepted if it was modified to a style that did not include the reflective heel. Yeezys have already made quite a few waves over the last few years, with many NBA players having been seen wearing the sneakers either before or after the game. And while there are many top-tier players with their own shoe lines like LeBron James or even James Harden, Kanye's approach was for the middle-tier athletes that don't already have their own shoe deals. Even though the rule of shoes having to match the rest of the uniform no longer applies, the NBA still has an approval process for new brands in the beginning of the season. After Kanye learned that his shoe might be rejected, he released a statement saying that his shoe has been in the production process for about 3 years and they have gone through 300+ examples in order to perfect the NBA style. We can now only wait to see what he comes up with and whether or not it will be banned by the NBA. And that's a wrap on shoes that are banned in the NBA. Did you know these shoes were banned by the NBA? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.